Hi guys, thank
Hi
you for coming
everyone.
in.
We really appreciate it. We're really looking
Yeah,
forward to it. We've really been excited about this
yeah,
all
we
day
have.
today, haven't we?
We've been priming up for this.
Yeah,
We've been waiting to meet all those persons who we've
true.
been sending out these emails to, people who we would also be talking to on Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah,
and YouTube. We are stoked that you're here now.
it's really good. You said,
Yeah,
oh, poor baby, you sound like you have a bit of a cold
yeah.
today. You're suffering.
I
You're
am suffering a
full of
bit.
head cold, it seems. Full of head
So
cold.
you'll
Mum.
see me sipping on my tea
And sniffling.
and sniffling.
Oh,
Yeah.
that shows just how live this is.
Yes, very live.
It is indeed. All right.
So let's introduce ourselves. You may have met us before,
Yep.
but we're going to do that again. I'm Maridonna. I call myself your personal development coach. My background is in psychology, and 2 years ago, I completed my master's. And as opposed to going into psychology, I decided that coaching was the route I wanted to take. And I preferred coaching because of the power it put in the client's hands, to be honest, and the fact that they were not left powerless after the session, and the ability for them to, again, empower themselves, lift themselves up, and then carry themselves throughout life. So I don't see coaching as, pardon the phrase, but I don't see coaching as a breastfeeding exercise where I'm constantly giving you work and giving you exercises. I see it as an opportunity for me to show you another route, a better method of doing something, and you having the ability to then carry on and do that on your own.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I'm Nick, your fitness coach.
that's okay.
Sorry, our cat running around in the background,
Thank
playing
you,
around
Mary.
with it. I'm Nick, your fitness coach, and
Yes.
I get involved on obviously the physical side of
Yeah.
things. You know, we work together. It provides a very holistic approach to what we're doing, because fit body, fit mind, fit body.
Yeah.
You work together through these different things, and some of the exercises that Mary will give also involve some physical, and some of the physical things that I give will also involve mental sides of things as well. So I've been looking at all different aspects of fitness training, and I've been helping people who really are, dreadfully obese, and have wanted to lose weight, have wanted to get into a better shape.
Yeah.
And we have found, between the two of us, that when we work together as a team with that person, the results we get are so much better.
Yeah, they are.
Because it's not
Really
just limited to the amount of calories and how far I run or how far I skip, but it also then will come into, well, how did I get like this? What happened in my life that made it change, and these kind of things. So there we go.
Yeah.
So that's me, Fitnick, otherwise known as Fitnick 50.
So that's us when we are separate. That's what we do. That's our coaching. That's that background about us. So now we're going to give you a little more, which is pretty much our story.
Yeah.
And our story as it pertains to being a couple, because that's why we're here. We're here for the couples coaching.
Yeah.
We want to get you in an understanding where we started and how exactly we got here.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we have significant differences in age, or a significant difference in our ages.
Can you see that?
I can't see it.
What are you saying about me? What are you saying about me?
I don't know.
All right, then, fine. We'll come back to that. But yes, we do.
So we are both two different ages. We have a large age gap in between us, and we also are different races and very different cultures.
Yeah.
And this is something that is affecting a lot of different couples. But before we even get there, when we just met, we had to learn about each other. We had to learn about things
communicating.
Yeah, about communicating, which of course is what this webinar is about.
Every day in every way.
Every day and every way. Yes. Every time too.
Yeah.
So communicating was what we had to learn about. But before we even got to that stage, what I was trying to say was, we didn't know how to do it. We just thought, oh, I'm really interested in this person. I'm really interested in this person. And then we do as you do sometimes. You just start a relationship, and we realized that we weren't doing things the best way. We were getting frustrated.
Yeah.
We were getting really upset, and it
And
it affected.
we didn't understand, did we? We didn't understand
No, we
why
didn't
things
understand
didn't
what was
work
happening.
out,
You
and
couldn't
why we
understand
were
it.
having these kind of problems, issues, whatever you want to call them. It was very difficult, wasn't it, at the beginning?
And so it affected the quality of the time that we spent together. So that's what it started on.
And then we carried on from there, and we started then to really try and stop and look at our communication, how we communicated.
Yes.
And then, like Mary said, we then discovered that there really was some vast differences between the two of us, age-wise, culturally wise, interracial wise.
Yeah.
Things that I would say, things that she would say, and you go like, huh? Well, why would you say that?
Why would you say that? How could you talk to me like that?
Yeah, we never understood
that would be
it.
What's coming out of it.
And it took a long time to get to a point where we would sort of be able to say, oh, hold on a minute. That doesn't come across right, or doesn't sound right. What do you mean?
Yes.
And that's when you then have to start explaining, sitting down, spending a little bit of time with each other, and understanding what you want. You've invested in this relationship, and you've invested in your relationships.
Yes.
And what we've now discovered is ways of improving in that communication. And if you improve on the communication, you improve on your investment, and you get a richer, more fulfilled life.
Yeah, you
do. For sure.
You do.
You really do.
So today we're going to go through the 5. We said 3, but we decided we would give you
give you more.
5. We're going to give you it. We're going to give you everything. We're going to steamroller you with information. And we want you to leave full and really filled. So we're going to give you 5 destructive patterns of communication.
Yeah.
The 5 filters in communication. And these 2 things tend to have negative repercussions on your relationship.
Yeah.
So when we're done giving you that, we're going to give you the 3 rules of communicating. So that's how it's going to go today.
Yeah.
And we're quite excited and eager to give them this information because
it's really good.
It's helped us. It's helped us a lot. So much.
Yeah.
And we know it's going to help someone else out there.
Yeah.
So
you have to be willing to learn, wanting to start, etc.
Yes.
So shall we start on the destructive patterns of communication? Are you going to share your screen?
I'm going to share the screen. You're going to see the PowerPoint presentation, and together we'll go through it, and you'll learn a lot, a whole lot. So here you are, restart and refresh.
That's it. That's us.
And that's us. Yeah, the first time. That sounded weird. Not the first time, but us getting engaged, and our first photo, I guess you would say, together being engaged after. So restart and refresh. And sorry about that, but that was our beginning. We just went through that. And so first of all, destructive patterns of communication, and we have here escalation.
That is a good one.
Yes.
Not a good one. It's a bad one. It's a good one to start with. It's a bad one when it happens.
Yes, it is. And I was going to say, Nick is really good at explaining this one because, it's the negative back and forth. This person's getting more and more upset, but you go ahead.
It is. It's all about the negativity of how you're going to end up responding. When you're in a big discussion, I hate using the word argument, don't I? I really try to avoid it. I always call them when you're in a passionate discussion. And I try to still keep it, on a positive, friendly side. But when you're in a passionate discussion, you can come back with a negative comment, and all that does is just increase the intensity.
Yes.
and it just makes it get
Yes.
worse and worse.
Yes.
As somebody like a poker game, somebody tries to raise you, and then you try and raise it further, and then it tries to raise even
exactly
further.
why it's called escalation.
Yeah. And it just gets out of control completely.
And you just keep pushing it up, pushing it up, pushing it up, and it's like,
and then eventually your continuous wanting to win, your sort of anger from it.
Yes.
The whole thing just then turns into, or the whole thing just dissolves into complete contempt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you end up, ruined, frankly.
Yeah, and the relationship obviously deteriorates.
Yes.
And
you have to know how to come back from here, we're going to come to.
Yeah, we're going to come to
we
that.
Will come on to
but
that.
This is for your understanding, because we don't even realize we're doing these things sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, somebody brings it to our attention and, oh, okay, I didn't realize that's what I was doing. I guess what I can do now is step back from that, And as he said, we'll come to those ways which you can use to really diffuse these situations.
And the other thing I was going to say about the escalation as well is when you look at the escalation, should we say at the end of it, has become the argument that was nothing to do with whatever it started off at sometimes, isn't it? Yeah. It became whatever you said or what you did or something else completely through the escalation process rather than what was the original passionate
discussion. Yeah, that's really good. So moving on, something else that happens in relationship also is invalidation, and that's where one partner would minimize the thoughts or the opinions of another. They would make them feel as though, oh, what you're saying isn't all that. I don't even know why we're even discussing this. I don't want to talk about this. That's a small problem. Why do you keep bringing this up? That's not something for us to be upset about, and you get that type of feedback from your partner about something you're so passionate about, something you're feeling really upset about.
Yeah.
And so,
it can be all kinds of things, can't it? It can be like, what would you know? You never went to university.
Oh yeah, that's really good. That's
really those kind of things. You don't work in this job. Like, how on earth would you know?
Yes.
And I think one of the other ones that both of us are aware of but have never said, and we've never wanted to use. So put it out. It's like I'd never want or would say to you, what would you know?
Oh,
you're 30.
Yeah.
You haven't got a clue.
Yes. That's true.
And conversely, you can say exactly the same to me. What would you know? You're and you get that side of it as well. So you have things like that. So you can talk about education, work, age, sexism. What do you know? You're a woman.
You're not a black woman living in today's world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm not.
You're definitely not. No. But it's not a good way to put across a point to your partner. You're saying you're not knowledgeable enough to understand what I'm about to explain to you, or what you're saying to me, or you're saying to your partner, you're not knowledgeable to know what I'm going through. Or it's where the partner is saying something and you say, oh well, that's not a big deal. Because it could be me being in the position of a black woman and saying, oh, can you believe this happened? And you just turn around and you say, oh, well.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, whatever.
And you can't do that. And if I was to do that, that also shows that I have little to no respect for your opinion and your perspective and your point of view.
Yeah.
And everybody has a point of view.
Of course.
And I'm not necessarily saying that point of view is correct. But everybody has a valid point that they can put across.
Yes.
And you end up with a back and forth until you get to a ground where both of you agree, okay, that's it. We're in the right place.
Yeah, I like that. So the next one from here, a third destructive pattern of communication is what we call absolutes.
Absolutes.
And this is popular.
Are good. Yeah, these are good.
These are I'm not sure they're good, but they're very popular.
Okay, I keep saying good. I don't. You know what I mean. They're a really good one to talk about.
Yeah, because it happens.
It happens.
It's where you say to your partner, "Oh, you always do this. You don't ever do this for me, or you don't ever do this." You're using the absolutes always and never.
Yeah.
You're using those two. Sorry.
It's like the other absolute I'd use is like, you're always not going alternates down the 5 destructive patterns of communication and stealing mine. You're always doing that, wouldn't I?
Yeah,
I would say that, because that's an absolute, and it was supposed to be mine to talk about. But anyway, we'll let that go. But yes, ending something off with a final word on it, again, a bit backtracking other one, nothing. That's it. I've made my mind up.
Yes.
No, the word is, that's it. End of story. No more discussion.
Yeah.
You can't you can't use those kind of words in any kind of positive manner when you're getting into one of these discussions. You really have to start thinking about what you say, how you say it.
Yes.
And even those then start inviting other arguments, don't they?
Yes. When you approach it like that and you're saying, you never helped me to do this.
Yeah.
And you're always out with your friends and things like that. I mean, you may be bringing up a valid and true point, but it's the way you put it across that is extremely important. And just being aware of how you're communicating. Because sometimes you hear, "Oh, communication is key," and it's like, "Oh, I'm communicating with him." But how exactly are you doing it?
Yeah, if you're communicating badly, that is a really good. That's a really good point. Are you doing? And I was sort of pick on something you said there. You said, like, you're always out with your friends, and that may never be the issue. It may be that, yes, sometimes you are out with your friends, but what they could be saying is, "Hey, I'd actually like to come with you. I'd like to be there. I'd like us to go out. I'd like us to do something." And they're trying to put something across that's positive, but unfortunately it comes across on the negative side, doesn't it? Yeah,
because it may not even be, "I want to come with you." It might be just saying, "I wish we were spending more time together."
Yeah, definitely.
It could be that simple.
So be careful of absolutes.
Yeah. So the next one is negative interpretations. And that is where, would you like to explain that? Because
no, I'll let you.
Originally, we were actually doing this the other way.
Oh, okay then. So you hopped in first. One of us missed out. All right, negative interpretations. Negative interpretations is a yes. Hand up. I confess, it's me.
Yeah. This is why he's going to be explaining it.
I'm champion of the negative interpretation. What is that? Can I tell the story?
You go ahead.
I'll tell the story. Okay, so the story is I made a dinner once, and I spent a good portion of the afternoon making a dinner on a Saturday afternoon, and I made the dinner and I was really pleased. Plated it all up. Said to Mary, like, "Come on in, come and have dinner," and she looked at it and she said, "Wow, like that took no effort." Like, what?
Yeah, I said that looked like it.
What do you mean, no effort? And I immediately went down the road of, the plating is all wrong. It looks appallingly cooked. It looks like a plate full of slop. Why did I waste my time doing it? Blah, 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 blah. But what Mary meant was, wow, you look like you did that so effortlessly.
Yeah.
And it was just that, it was a really small phrase.
Really small phrase.
And it turned.
It snowballed into a passionate discussion.
A very passionate discussion.
And it took a while to explain to him that this is what I meant. And I think in the beginning he thought I wasn't telling the truth. I think he thought that I was also trying to repair what I said. But when, later on, he really
publicly, I shall say now, I believe what you said.
Oh, you had believe. Well,
I did.
No,
I'm saying now publicly, I do believe what you said.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you were trying to talk your way out.
Oh, okay. From my point of view, from where I stood, it felt as though it felt weird to justify a compliment because it was like saying, "Oh my gosh, you are so handsome," and somebody saying, "Oh, really?" Or me saying, "You're such a handsome white man," and somebody saying, "Oh, so you're saying I'm handsome for a white man?"
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, okay. I just went and gave you my best compliment and now I've been attacked for it.
And all of a sudden, I'm there with the machine gun, shooting it down in flames.
Yeah.
But again, that was early on in our relationship, and it was another big learning different forms of communication. Yes. Which we keep going back to it all the time. If you look at our videos on YouTube, the one word that comes up continuously is press the subscribe button. Oh no, sorry, is communication. Yes, and that's what this is all about. It's all about communication. How you do it. Best way to do it. Yeah. So be very careful of negative interpretations. And as you get to know somebody, if they said something that was negative, ask yourself the question, do you really mean that? Yeah. Really? Would they say that? Yeah. Is that really what they meant? Like, you would know this. You'll have an idea. You'll kind of know. You know the person that you're with, the kind of relationship you're in, and you ask yourself that question. And if you pause and ask yourself, then the chances are they don't mean that, and you need to kind of chat about it. Yeah, but we're coming to that. We will later on. Yes. Sorry. So we'll get to that part where we tell you about resolving the issues. Yeah. So moving on from negative interpretations is withdrawal and avoidance. And that's mine. I will happily claim it because this is what I do when I'm upset. And things get a bit too heated. I, at this point, no longer would leave the home, but I would separate myself from Nick. I would probably go to a different room. I would just get really quiet and find something else to do. And luckily for me, he can always pick up on it and we would find a way to resolve it. But withdrawal and avoidance is something we would highly recommend that you lessen. I know it's not easy to just snap out of it. Yeah. But when you lessen it, it means what you can do is you can choose not to leave the house. Yeah. We would always recommend that strongly. Of course, if it's an abusive relationship, that's a totally different situation. Yeah, that's something completely. But if you're having a heated discussion and you're trying to discuss something and typically your response would be, you know what, I'm out of here, I'm going over to my mom's or something, then we're going to say, just pause for a while, just stick around. Don't leave. Try hard not to leave. So I'm going to bring you up on a point there. Okay. I don't remember you ever leaving the house. Apart from going to Taiwan, but that was a completely different thing. I think I would have left to take a drive. Really? Yeah. I think I would have left to take a drive. Yeah. I do remember once doing that. Leaving to take a drive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie about it. Yeah, it's my thing to do when I'm upset, and we tend to learn these things from the media first and foremost. We need to be so careful what we see on TV. We learn it from what we see in our homes also, and I used to do it because I was afraid of saying things I didn't want to say, and I was afraid of the situation escalating and us ending up resolving to break our relationship. I didn't want that, so I was like, okay, before this gets too out of hand, I'm just gonna leave, and then when I come back, things should be much
easier to deal with. But we are going to tell you how you could deal with a situation like this. We are going to tell you different methods you could use so that you can get out of a situation like this without even leaving the home. Yeah. So withdrawal and avoidance, it's one of those ones we want you to look out for.
Be careful of it. It will sneak up on you. All right.
So we want to take some time now to talk to you about our couples coaching. And the name of our couples coaching is Love Thyself, because we always want to remind persons that it starts inside of yourself.
It does.
It really does. And before you can love someone else, you must love yourself.
You really must. You have to have your own respect. You have to understand yourself to be able to continue forward with any kind of relationship with anybody else.
Yes.
So we're as you can see, we're going to cover a whole multitude of different topics, major topics in there. One of my favorite, the family aquarium. I end up with an image in my mind of my mum and dad swimming around with their heads on carp. I can't understand why, but still. Anyway, the family aquarium. So that will cover all different aspects of your family, how your family's made up, what happened, what kind of interaction you have, where it comes from, what influences you, what pressures are you put under, isn't it?
Moving on from there is the finances.
That's another big topic.
Yes. What happens with couples and finances, the emotional kind of turmoil that you go through dealing with finances, what it's like being the breadwinner, what it's like being the person working from home or at home, or being with the children.
Communication, which we've spoken about, and obviously that's the reason we're all here now. Different methods of communication, how to get the best out of it, how to be able to ensure that you're communicating in the correct and respectful and in a loving manner.
And moving on from there is understanding your partner's career goals. And this would mesh in with the finances. This would mesh in with the communication. Because even though you're a couple, you're still individuals. You're still people who have dreams, who have goals, who've always wanted to accomplish different things. So we touch on that and how to really listen to your partner and how to compromise with your partner to have a better life with these goals included.
Understanding each other's social styles. Again, another big one in today's modern world. If one of you likes to stay in, sit by the fire and read books every night, and the other one wants to be out 6 nights a week, I'm already saying you're gonna kind of have one or two issues there that need a lot of resolving to end up with a balance. And that's what it's about. It's about balance and communication. Understanding, working as a team always, never bring your partner down publicly. Never, ever do that. We are strong practitioners in that. We always agree. Get home, we might have a passionate discussion about it, but we will always be with each other. And understanding the social styles of how you want to interact with people, people of the opposite sex, friends, etc., those kind of things can also lead to a lot of issues if you're not careful. And then finally, forgiveness.
Finally, forgiveness. And this is an important aspect of all relationships because you have all these different topics we just highlighted, and the fact that it's not going to be perfect for you going through these different exercises, going through these different things in your life, dealing with family, finances, learning how to communicate with each other, learning about your partner's career goals, learning their social styles. There has to be a lot of forgiveness in there so that you can grow and learn about each other.
Indeed. So our course that we run it over 4 weeks with each couple. Each session can easily last up to sort of 3-4 hours without any problems at all, because there is a lot of interactive one-to-one. It is a proper FaceTime communication, either Zoom or FaceTime or Skype, whichever you have available to you. And we do a lot of work with each of the couples, counseling couples as well. We will teach you many different things. So we have those, like I say, 4-hour sessions over a 4-week period. And the total value of that is $1,200 US dollars. But today, for one day only, as they say in all good sale, we will tell you at the end.
Yes.
We'll tell you at the end what we're going to do for today.
Yes.
All right?
Because we're going to give a big price change, a price swap.
But just for today.
Just for being here.
Yeah. For coming in and listening and joining in with us.
Yeah. So that's Love Thyself. Check it out on our website if you want any more details, or just leave us a message and we'll chat with you after.
We'd love to.
So we're going to talk about the filters in communication now. And filters refer to different things that are happening, that are affecting you in your environment, and they affect how you communicate. So the first one is distraction. And he's clearly distracted by a remote.
Oh.
So distractions.
Yeah, distractions.
That refers to factors in your surroundings competing for your attention.
Yeah.
Street noise outside, the television being on, doing dinner, and even playing with pets or your children while trying to have an important conversation.
Yeah.
You really need to be aware of when you're having an important conversation and what is happening in your surroundings when it's happening. Like the fact that our cat is distracting us.
So our cat's distracted. It's jumping up on the light and chasing a bug.
Yeah. But anyway. Yes.
Sorry. But the distractions, that is a real big thing. Get rid of your phone. Turn the TV off. They really are big things. And the other thing, face your partner when you're having this conversation.
Face your partner. It's a big deal.
We're talking to you, so we're kind of going this way around. But those kind of things, they make a big thing. They really do. You need to make a big difference in there. In your, again, going back to the respect of your communication. You're already the phone's gone, or in my case, the remote control is gone. Therefore, I'm paying attention to you. I'm listening to you. Let's work together. Let's not be distracted in any way.
Okay.
All right.
And the next one is emotional states. And that would be your mood at the time. And we have here hangry as the first one.
Hangry? What's that?
Hangry is when you're hungry and angry. And
is that because you're hungry because you're angry, or you're angry because you're hungry? Doesn't really matter which one it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're stressed.
Yeah.
And this could be by something external, or you're even feeling overwhelmed. And so your mood at the time determines how receptive you are. It determines how you put across the information that you also want to talk about. And you need to be aware of it. Get used to communicating to your partner. I'm not feeling very well right now. It's not that I'm minimizing what you want to speak about, but I cannot give you my full attention feeling like this.
But again, with you feeling like this, today we've had we've kind of had an easy day, haven't we?
Yes.
And it would be unfair of me to then start on you by, actually no, I really want to talk about our finances. We need to sort those out today. You have to kind of be in tune and understand, and
try to balance it out.
Balance those things out. That's very true. Very true. I like it. Balance it.
Some more filters include your beliefs and expectations, and this is how you're thinking about a situation that is being discussed, and the expectations you have of the other person. That's having assumptions and letting your past experiences affect you.
Yeah.
So it might be that on our first date, let's say I go to the car door and I just stand there. I'm expecting him to open the door, but maybe in his culture, it's quite normal for me to open the door for myself. Or maybe it's the opposite way around, because that's actually what happened with us, where I would attempt to exit the vehicle on my own. Like I'll attempt to open the door, and he would get really like agitated about it. Why are you doing that? And I in the beginning I couldn't understand what was happening, what's happening. And he's like, no, a gentleman opens the door for his lady. And so now I get used to just sitting and waiting, and he'd come and open the door for me, and he would escort me into the restaurant or into our home or whatever. And so that's learning about, the expectations of him. His expectation is to be a gentleman for me, and to he's going to say chivalry isn't dead for him. So he's going to show it to me. And it even coincides with differences in style, which is the next filter.
Actually, I was going to say something about that one. If you go back to beliefs and expectations, that also crosses over into your absolute.
Yes.
Because you're also looking on past experience. Mm-hmm. And if you, as a couple, are working together, mm-hmm. and one person in the couple will then go back and say, you've always done that. You always bring up this argument. But mm-hmm. as a couple, one of you or both of you are working forward, trying to move away from absolutes, trying to get better communication. You also have to be careful that your past experiences don't cloud what could happen in the future.
Yes. Yes.
Don't always leap in and say that's going to happen.
Yes.
Because it may not.
It may not.
Your learning may have taken you forward, and you will end up in a better position than you were before.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, differences in styles, etc. Mm-hmm. This is all based around cultures, genders, etc. How your family interacted with you when you were a child, what kind of things you were expecting to be done in the sort of the culture where you were raised. Mm-hmm. What is a woman's role in that culture?
Yes.
What is a man's role in that culture?
Yes.
How should a man be with a woman?
Yes.
Again, I guess really from our perspective, that cultural side wasn't a huge difference. Really,
I don't think it was. Yeah, because like understanding what was appropriate, relevant, and meaningful.
I think we're quite the same, really.
I think the fact that, and I hope I'm not overstepping here, but I think the fact that I make lunch for him every day was kind of something that shocked him a bit.
Yes.
So in my culture, and I grew up with my grandmother, she would have done that for all her children. And it's something I just grew up in. So I grew up cooking every day, and it's no big deal. It's just like, okay, that's what it is.
It's a big deal to me.
Well, yeah.
I like it.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, it's not laborious for me. It's something enjoyable. My mom was a chef. My entire family cooks a lot. So for me, it was just something natural that I did. Yeah. And so that was something positive, but what came across as natural. But for women, Black women like myself, it could come across as feeling pressured.
Or subservient in a way.
Yes. It could come across as both. And, it could be expected of the partner that you do this while you're there feeling pressured by the fact that you have to do this, which may not even be the case. No, a lot of the times, I tell you, I've spoken with couples, and a lot of the times, the men in the relationship are like, I'm neither here nor there. If she doesn't cook, I'll do it. And it usually is very easy to resolve, but because, women are like the caretakers, we are those who nurture and who take care of the young ones and our partners, we tend to feel that pressure and obligation to do these things.
And then we share a lot of things like that, though, don't we? Like, you always do all the lunch without fail. Evening meals, I guess, we do them together. We kind of alternate them together. And the weekends, and I think really from Friday through to Sunday night, I cook.
Yeah, it's out of bounds for me. Like,
the kitchen is mine. So, there is a line And
Yes.
you do not cross that line unless invited into the kitchen.
But I think that is slightly different in that we love to cook.
Yes, we do. We fight over cooking in
Yes.
reality, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Well, not fight over it. No, I'll rephrase that. We fight to cook.
To cook for each other a lot.
Yes. Yeah, we do.
And we enjoy it. And, you know, these are the things that tend to happen as you get to know your partner. You may not be two people who love to cook. One person may love to cook and the other would be like, I'm not going to be found dead in that kitchen. And that's fine. Like,
as long as you both understand that.
As long as you both understand. As long as the person who is having it done for them appreciates it and knows that sometimes the other person would like a break.
Yeah.
And I do think, you know, with communication, you do get that out there where even the partner is like, oh, come on, babe. Let's not do this tonight. Let's go out. Let me take you out, you know.
Let's go out. Let's go and do something that makes a difference.
Yeah, and it does make a huge difference.
Yeah,
so there are all these different things playing on your relationship that you could really push through and move forward from.
Yeah.
And finally, a final filter in communication is the self-protection. And that's where your response to anticipate, you have a response to anticipated rejection or pain, and you do that by attacking your partner and amplifying the situation. So you can hear a destructive pattern coming out here, or saying nothing, and you've just heard another one. So avoidance and withdrawal and escalation. Those two are coming out here.
And your absolutes as well. That goes into as well. That's another self-protection, because you're immediately putting that barrier up of, you always do this, you always say that, you know, why are you always doing this to me, etc. So all of those kind of things can come out, I think, in the self-protection one. Even the invalidation comes out to it to a certain extent, doesn't it?
Yes.
You know, that is your sort of final one that has basically everything almost involved in it. And you have to be very careful with it, because it will just spiral out of control. You know, there are different ways, again, we'll come on to that, of dealing with self-protection and knowing what you need to do. So, you know, we'll come on to that. How you can deal with it safely.
So, I don't know who's ready. Do you think they're ready for this?
I hope they're ready for
this. I hope you're ready for this, because we are going to give you our top three.
Best three.
Most ultimate three.
And do you know what the really good thing about them is?
Which?
They work.
They actually do.
Yeah, they do.
They actually do. We've given other people these to do. Sorry. And we've used them ourselves, and they work. Emotional. They work so well.
Yeah,
they work so well.
Yeah, they really do work very, very well.
So stop.
Right there.
First rule of communicating. Stop right there, because we got something to say.
Do not go.
Do not leave the house.
Further. No, don't leave the house.
Don't leave the house.
Don't say what you were going to say.
Don't say that.
Definitely don't say that.
Don't say that.
And whatever it is, don't put your partner down and say they don't understand, because they're not old enough, not young enough, not white enough, not white enough. See, we knew where we were coming from. Stop. And honestly, that is generally what you have to do. Literally, zip it, move. Give me the move. Zip it, freeze. Yeah.
And just like pause.
Yeah.
We're not even saying to pause. We're saying to stop.
Yeah. And you do. You have to stop.
You really do. You have to stop what you're saying and think.
Yeah.
Get into the moment in a more intimate way, in a special way. Get into the moment where you're communicating on a different level. It's no longer anger.
No.
You take it away from anger.
You have to do that. And when you do the stop as well, it's like, we don't necessarily use stop, do we? We have a word between us, you know, like some people have safe words, like sex safe words, etc. Well, we have like a communication safe word, and ours is seriously. If one of us uses seriously, we know that is the ultimate truth, the ultimate belief for that person who's saying it. And if they say seriously, then, you know, seriously, we have to stop this. Seriously, that is what happened.
Yes.
And you don't need to question it anymore.
No.
But once you stop, my recommendation is you say, hey, this is getting a bit out of hand.
Yes.
We just need to stop for a minute.
Yes.
And, take a breath.
Yeah.
Have a breathe.
Literally say that. This is getting out of hand.
Yeah. What are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
Are we going to stop and not carry on? Which still leaves the elephant in the room. Are we going to stop and say, let's make a cup of tea and then we're going to have another discussion about this? I personally kind of go for the cup of tea rather than the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Stop, think about what you're going to say. And also, when you do stop, when you feel it's getting too far, it also will stop you from saying something. Again, as I've said before, it cannot be taken back.
Yes.
Once you've said it, we've spoken about things like oops conversations.
Yeah.
If I say to Mary, you're too young, you wouldn't have a clue, you're 30, what do you know? She can't rewind that. You can't erase it. You can't delete message. It's there forever. So stop before it gets that far.
Another point on that is stop what you're doing. Put on a cell phone. Stop looking at the TV. Turn off the stove for a while. And just allow the pause to be there. We're so fast paced. Even in how we're even presenting to an extent. We're so fast paced. We're just filling it up.
But we've got such a lot of information we want to get out there in a small time.
Yeah, we're
so
trying hard.
You kind of feel guilty that we don't want to miss any of it out.
No, we don't. But, it's our time. Sorry. The
cat is going mad chasing a bug around the house.
But allow yourself to stop and put down the cell phone, put away the distractions, and be with your partner.
Yes.
Just be with them.
Yeah.
And this takes us to the second aspect, which is drop. Drop the agenda.
That's it. Drop it. Drop the agenda right there.
Drop your defenses.
Yep.
Because now is not a time to play chess and figure out where you're going to move this
if I say that now, if I say this comment, I can get that comment in later and do that.
No.
That was very good there, wasn't it? That was good.
Drop your judgments.
Yeah.
Like, all white men are like this. All black women are like this. Whoa.
ABWs do not exist. A lot of the time.
Yeah. Drop your assumptions.
Yeah.
Don't assume anything.
Give everybody the benefit, or not everybody, give your partner the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Like, let them know that you're their corner.
Yeah.
Let them know that you're there to listen.
Yeah.
Not just to always have the last input. Not always to say, oh, but. Not always to be criticizing. Not always to be saying, you could have done it this way. You could do it a better way, or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just allow them to have that time to say what they need to say, so that you two can have your time.
Yeah.
But drop it all.
Yeah. Indeed.
Drop it all.
So, stop. Drop.
Ready for the third one?
Yes, please.
And swap.
So what? I'm going to swap you?
That's what I was here thinking. I'm like, whoa, are they going to take swap partners? Yikes. No. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that. Okay. Indeed.
You're going to swap. Oh,
No, go ahead. You carry on. I was going to say, what you're going to do is you're going to start talking to your partner with honesty. You're going to swap out any of your preconceived ideas, agendas, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And talk to each other with sensitivity.
Yeah.
Swap your style. I may have been angry with you. I may have been really fed up with you because the bread wasn't cooked and my lunch was late. But I have to say the other way around. Hey, babe, lunch is really late. This is going to make me late. I'm so behind at work. I've just got to go.
Yeah.
Just by swapping things around, changing from the direction that the comment came, it makes such a big difference with it, doesn't it?
What you can swap to is, in your mind, is the role that your partner is in right now. So you may be coming home and saying, lunch isn't ready, I don't understand. And she could have been trying to get the infant down. She could have been working on her online degree. She could have been getting phone calls from different family members because something happened. And you're also walking into a situation that you really were insulated from because you were at work, you know?
Yeah.
So it's swapping your role mentally and understanding, okay, I don't know if she was feeling well. I don't know if she got caught up in chores. And just putting yourself in their position. You might even take a moment to just look around in that kind of situation. And you're like, wow, the house is looking great.
Yeah.
She did this and still had time to cook. Whoa,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's it. You kind of have to think, you know, what has their day been like? What has their morning been like?
Yeah.
If I swap it and put myself in the same position, do I kind of go, wow, actually, no, they've done like so much.
Yes.
You know, they've worked, they've
Yes.
cooked, they've got stuff fixed, they've got stuff
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I can't come in and say this and that. Think about it. Swap your position, you know, move your agenda, do these different things, and it will make a huge difference to your communication and to your relationship.
Yeah.
It really will.
Yeah. And that's our number 3, which means we're very grateful that you have been here.
Yeah.
We're very, very happy to have had you. And we're going to tell them about our special prize.
Yes.
So we're going to leave this price also on the video.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave it up just for 1 week. We're going to take the video down. Or we may just say that the special is not applicable anymore and leave the video up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so persons would be able to jump in on this before the end of the week. Hopefully we have slots.
Yeah.
Hopefully we cannot promise anything.
No.
But take it away.
Okay. So for this, because you watched the video.
Yes.
Because you were with us this evening, listening to us, and thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. So for this, once time only.
Yes.
We don't have a special promo code, but when you get in touch with us and you send us the 3 words: stop, drop, swap. Mary doesn't know you. We will halve the price.
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna drop.
You're gonna swap.
I'm gonna swap him out.
You're gonna swap me out. She's gonna swap me out. Half price.
Half price.
Yes.
Okay.
Half price. Once only.
Yeah.
Send us the email. Get in touch with us. No matter what you do, direct message us. No matter how you want to.
That's true.
Okay.
Up
now,
until what date? Let me make sure I put the date in.
I'm not sure what to say.
The end of this week, the 27th.
27th.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're pressurizing people there.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 24th.
No. November the 4th.
No way.
Yes, November the 4th.
Are you serious?
Yeah. November the...
May the 4th be with you.
No, not May the 4th. November the 4th.
No, but may the 4th of November be with you.
I'm sure it will be.
Okay.
Now, some people, okay, maybe some people can't afford that. And we understand that. But what I'm going to say to you, no, don't panic. What I'm going to say to you is, okay, if you find yourself in that situation and you still think it's a lot of money and I can't afford it, think about what you're investing in your relationship right now. You know, even in the barest minimum, it can be time, and time is valuable. It could be children, property. It can be life. It can be work, a partnership. Lots of different things you're investing in it. And when you then put that monetary value to it, that monetary value is tiny, absolutely tiny to what you are actually investing in with each other to get a better relationship to get better communication and get much, much better understanding. But I will still say, if you still find that amount difficult, come back to us, talk to us. If you, okay, come back to us, speak to me, all right? Because I've been through tough times. We've been through tough times. And if we can help you, we want to help you. And I will honestly say, if it's down to money, we'll work it out some way, one way or another.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Because everybody deserves to be happy.
Yeah.
No matter what. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for looking at our video.
We really appreciate it. And we will be having another webinar in,
I think, the end of January.
End of January.
Yes.
Yeah. But we have our YouTube videos. They're up every Sunday. Please feel free to watch them. It's MAB Enterprises. Just Google us on YouTube. You'll find us. You'll see everything there. Lots of short talks about relationships, communication, lots of fitness videos, lots of different things. Thank you very much for joining, and
have a great day.
Have a great time. Take care. Bye.